In this video, I'm going to talk about braces and Invisalign and options and my experience with braces and how to have braces and still have the Bulldog mindset. What's up, guys? If you're just joining me for the first time, I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to go from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset so that you can learn to be able to be tough enough to conquer all the challenges of life. So I got this email from obviously one of you who had seen some of my latest videos and had noticed that I currently have braces. I think it's important to make some of these decisions regarding braces and the considerations that that involves, especially for a lot of you guys that are wondering how is this going to affect you. If you're young, you feel like it's going to really hurt your chances of being able to be attractive to women, to be able to date and things like that. So the email says, Dear John, I want to first thank you for all that you do in the community, as your videos are always very helpful and straight to the point. I noticed in one of your last videos that you wore braces, and I immediately wanted to know more, as you are one of the people with the Bulldog mindset. I'm a male college student and my teeth are far from perfect. I would need to wear braces to fix the issue, but I would want to know how to pull it off. I was thinking about waiting until I graduate, but then I may be in the same situation when I get a job. I understand that I may have to wear them for 2 to 3 years until the issue is resolved, but I would like it to be done as soon as possible once I start wearing them. Which braces should I wear and how do I pull it off from the mindset perspective? I will go to the dentist to get a professional examined, but I want your opinion, as a dentist will not understand the Bulldog mindset, and that is the reason why I haven't gotten them sooner. So let me tell you my story. When I first went in, okay, I had Invisalign actually way back when I was like in my 20s, early like when I was 20. Okay, the very first Invisalign. I had gone to a cosmetic dentist in like Beverly Hills. I was living in Santa Monica, and they wanted like $20,000 to veneer up all my teeth. All right, it might have been even more than that at the time. I've always had like an overbite. Like as a kid, I should have gotten braces. I didn't want to mess up my chances of. I didn't want to be like this dork with braces. I was actually a model at the time. I was working for a modeling agency, and like I couldn't really get modeling jobs if I had braces, right? Invisalign, at least you could take out. The dentist and the orthodontist I ended up talking to basically said, yeah, we could do a lot more with braces, but we can kind of cosmetically straighten your teeth. Your bite's not going to close together, right? I never had a closed bite, and it's, you know, you're going to eventually have problems later on. So anyway, I did that, and it sort of straightened out my teeth a lot. It worked pretty good. It took me about like a year or so, or maybe a year and a half of wearing Invisalign, which is a pain. It's definitely not super fun. And then maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, I was getting some headshots done and talking to a personal stylist, and she was like, yeah, you know, the biggest thing you could really do is, since you're on video all the time, is get your teeth like perfect. So I went and I talked to cosmetic dentists, I talked to orthodontists, okay, and I talked to a lot of them. And I said, basically, give me the options, right? I want basically 3 options from you. I want the quick, get it now, I don't care what the cost is, cosmetic fix. I want this is the perfect way to do it. That's going to give you the best jawline, the best bite. That's going to be cosmetically the best and physically the best, okay? And then I want the middle of the road option. I want to know what is the best bang for my buck, okay? So I had, like I said, cosmetic dentists. I had orthodontists all give me their opinions on this. And, you know, obviously there was some bias there. For the cosmetic dentists, a lot of the bias, what they said, and I mean, there was definitely some commonalities, but one of the things that was pretty commonly said was, okay, what you could do is, if you want it, like tomorrow, we could put veneers and you could have a perfect smile, a perfectly white smile. You know, your bite will suck. Your jawline, your jaw will not, you know, be forward at all, right? It's not going to fix any of those things, but you're going to look like perfect when you smile. But that'll be pretty expensive. I think it was probably around $20,000, right? Which I'd be willing to pay. The middle of the road was basically something like, yeah, we could do like a short-term braces or Invisalign, and then some veneers, you know, to fix up some of it, and you know that or possibly doing braces and then veneers to finish the end, or maybe not even need veneers. Okay, and then the final option, like the most complete option, was basically to do full braces, jaw surgery to be able to close the bite and move the upper mandible forward, right? And so I'd have a perfect bite, perfectly aligned, and it would take like 2 or 3 years to get all this done, plus surgery and all this. I wanted to at least do things. I didn't want to do the veneers, right? Because the veneers was a big headache and it wasn't going to fix anything. So I went and I talked to an orthodontist, and he was like, okay, braces, braces, braces. I can fix this. We'll do surgery potentially. And what ended up happening was I said, well, I don't want to do braces because I'm doing YouTube videos, right? That's going to suck having braces. And, I don't like the idea. How about Invisalign? Again, he's like, no, the braces will be better. We can do it faster. I was like, well, how long? He said, well, it'll be at least a year in braces. And then if we really want to fix the bite, you have to do surgery, and then we'll coordinate this, and then you'll do braces again at the end. So maybe about 1.5 to 2 years treatment, but you'll have perfect, teeth, and it'll be perfect bite and everything. So what I decided to do was, I basically said, okay, well, let's try to find something that will work. How about if we do this? How about if we do the Invisalign, and then if you have to finish up with braces, we do. So that's what I've had for the last year, 1.5 years. You guys might not even notice I did videos with Invisalign. You might have noticed that it was a little bit more difficult for me to pronounce words. Actually, the Invisalign makes it harder to speak than the braces do. So I had the Invisalign for about a year or so, and it worked pretty good. It straightened out a lot of my teeth. It actually closed my bite in somewhat. I, in fact, had bands at the end, but it just wasn't enough. Like, I ended up going through 2 Invisalign treatments, and then so just recently, a couple months ago, I went into an orthodontist to possibly get scanned for a 3rd Invisalign treatment. And he's like, you know what? The best thing would be just to do braces for maybe like another 6 months, and then you'll be done. Your bite will be perfect. We won't even need to do the surgery. It seems like things are moving much better, so you don't need surgery. You can just get braces and be done. And so I finally was like, you know what, at this point, I don't care. I have no qualms about having braces. It's just the annoyance factor, but I don't really think that it's going to affect me. I don't care if you guys see me with braces on the YouTube channel. I'm not going to have them forever. It's not the best look, but I really don't give a shit. So I told him, all right, fine. Put the braces on. Let's do it for 6 months. I've gone this far. I've already done this for 1.5 years. Let's have 6 more months and be done with this and never have to mess with this shit again. Get my teeth nice and whitened afterwards. Get some veneers if I need to just like reshape some things, and just finally have a perfect smile and a perfect bite. So that was my plan. So that's what I'm doing, and that's where I'm at right now. I was very resistant to doing the braces initially because even this time, because I didn't like the look, and I was doing a lot of videos, and I was kind of embarrassed, to be honest with you. Now I don't care, but I was more embarrassed then. So here's the question, or kind of my guidance here, and what would I do in your situation? You're a male college student. I don't know if you'll have to wear them for 2 to 3 years. It probably is going to be like 1 to 2 years. It could be longer. I would just bite the bullet and get it done with, because I wish I had done this and just had perfect teeth and gotten this straight. The first thing I thought about as I was going through this is like, damn, I wish I would have just fucking did this 10 years ago. This is stupid that I'm going through this now, right? It's more of a hassle now, especially with the YouTube channel and everything. Like, will it affect your attractiveness level, right? As far as physical attractiveness for females, guys. Yeah, of course it will. Of course it will. Some girls are going to look at you and they're not going to be like super attracted that you've got braces. You're going to look a little bit dorky. Think about, like, you've seen girls that have braces and pictures of them on whatever, Tinder or whatever. She probably looks better without the braces, but if you're interested, the braces aren't going to be a deal killer. Same type of thing here. I am aware of, right, like, I'm pretty perceptive as how I'm perceived by people and by women, and the kind of comments and kind of things that interactions that I experience, and I have not really seen a negative. I would say that I wouldn't be worried about that. But I think what's likely, and this is where the Bulldog mindset comes into this, is it's more likely that the issue will have to do with your own perception of it. If you have braces and you are concerned about it and you think you look like a dork, you're going to act in that way. You're going to act in a very insecure and kind of needy way. As a guy in your 20s, like your early 20s, like in college, you are not going to be able to attract. You're going to have a lot more success later on when you have had more time to develop as a man. All right. When you're more grounded, you look a little bit mature. Women typically like older men in general. Okay. So optimize for then, optimize for later in the future, rather than don't kick the can down the road, okay, and pay the price later on. It'll be worse to pay the price later on. It's better to just, like, optimize for the future as much as possible, and to pay, you'll be glad you did, right? 3, 4, 5 years from now, you'll be glad you did. I just saw something where someone was saying, when you make a decision, think about whether or not it will affect you, how it'll affect you in five years. Or actually, they were saying, like, whether or not to get upset at something, if it's not going to affect you 5 years down the road, don't waste more than 5 minutes on it. But it's the same kind of principle. Same thing applies here. And I think Invisalign can work. I mean, maybe if it's just straightening, but even still, just from everything that I've studied and seen about this, that braces can get you a more accurate, more better, like, detailed result. That's my perspective on it, having done both, okay, and both of them back to back, and braces seem to work faster as well. If you can learn anything from me, guys, like, on this channel, I've made some of those mistakes, okay? I made that mistake when I tore my pec. All right, I did that a while ago, a long time ago. But I wish that when I tore it, I would have just gotten it repaired. Okay, I wish I would have done. There's a lot of things that I wish I would have done and got them taken care of, instead of kicking the can down the road that I had to deal with later on. I've done this to some degree with my investment properties, with my rental properties, when there were problems, instead of addressing them, right? And so, don't kick the can down the road. Always optimize for the better future. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.